Hi, so for sale is my 2001 Chrysler 300M. It has about 118,000 miles on it, and it's been a very good car for us. It's our family car. We've used this a lot of road trips, including one about a month ago, the 700 miles round trip, no problem. This car is super comfortable and ready to go. It's wet right now because it started raining, and you'll see that later on in the video, but I wanted you to see the car before I showed you more about the car. So here's a more in-depth look at the car itself, driving, and around the inside and outside, so you can make your decision. This car has always been a good handling car. It does well in turns, and it may be showing her age a little bit because it is 2001, but brakes are strong. In fact, the brakes should be good for a number of miles yet. I'll try and show that in another clip. Come down to the stop sign. No problems at all, no squeaks, no crazy sounds, and very smooth car. And it'll go on the highway all day long at 70 miles an hour or whatever you want to do without any complaints. Ice cold air conditioning. Works better than on my new car, actually. I do love the wood grain in this car. It is actually real California walnut. It's not plastic like you get in a lot of cars, which is one of the things I really wanted, especially on the steering wheel. It feels good with the ring. Okay, so it has a 4 CD changer. It works perfectly. I added an aux-in input, which you can see right there. And it also has a cassette deck for anybody who still uses tapes. 16 speakers, subwoofer, it's the factory system, whatever the factory system is. It's like 16 speakers, I think, plus a subwoofer. I don't know, you can find the specs online. Automatic climate control. I actually have an extra unit of that and of the surround. In case you don't want the aux-in, you can go back to a factory look. And of course the clock that everybody knows. This car actually is about 90 miles short of needing an emissions inspection, speaking of. It's perfectly smooth, no problems. In fact, there's nobody coming, so we will just do a full acceleration here, just so. The motor's strong, everything's perfect. To do for giving you a taste. It's not the smoothest road, but I think you can see how comfortable and quiet this car is. I did not floor it because obviously I'm trying to sell the car. What kind of bad luck would that be if I blew it up doing the video? But I gave it a pretty good amount of throttle there, enough that you get the idea. And yeah, the transmission's just perfectly. It does have the manual function on it, which I can't demonstrate because I don't have that many hands. So we're just going to have to take my word for it on that, but it does work perfectly. I don't really use it because the regular automatic is plenty good. As I was saying before, this car is emission exempt, at least if it is taken through the inspection in Pennsylvania in the next 90 or 100 miles. I forget it, something about that. I'm just not going to bother to do that. That's kind of up for you to decide. But if you do take it through, Pennsylvania has a 5,000 mile exemption. And if you drive less than 5,000 miles a year, then you don't have to pay for the emissions. And we have not put that many miles in this car for this year. We did the prior year. And I'll show you the sticker in a minute once I get parked. Alright, so again, this car is good in the turns and handles really well, always has. Okay, I turned off the climate control just so you can hear me talk. This does have the computer on it, which, well, I'm sitting at a pretty steep slope, so that's why it's reading 0, but we'll put some gas in it, obviously, before we send anybody out. There's your compass. What else can I show you? So, yeah, last trip. This just did about 800 mile round trip not too long ago. No problems. Oil change was recently done. Let's see. We've been doing 5,000 mile intervals, I should say. That's city driving, except for the road trip, but I think it's going for the entire, since it was last reset, which is gotta be months ago now. Usually on the highway it'll get pretty close to 30 around the city. Less than that. Only major flaw in the interior is there's a crack in the dash. Not something I pursued trying to get fixed. Oh, yeah, I should show you. Okay, so windows work. There goes that one. There goes that one. That one. And oh, hit the wrong switch. There it goes. And then that one. And let's see, a sunroof, which I don't drive this car very often. How do we open it? There we go. Open. All right, close it. Let's see. Lights work, obviously. Power seats. I actually have extra seat. Oh, the seat heaters as well. Memory seats. Everything on these works. Forward, back, up, down, back cushion. What else does it do? Oh, it has the automatic headlights. Oh, the mileage at the moment is 118.28, and if I take it up to the sticker here, if you can see it, I don't think you can. All right. Well, what the sticker says is it was at 113,616. So, yeah, so 5,000 miles added onto that. We're about 100 miles away from it being out. Oh, thanks for leaving the seatbelts tangled, kiddos. Let me show you that better in a minute. Yeah, anyway, very nice interior. No major issues with the seats or anything like that. I have 2 keys, 2 fobs. They all work perfectly. And I'll show you the seat when I get my rear end out of it. Cup holders, consoles, another 12-volt power back there. I believe that works. I haven't used it in a while. There's another one up here. I don't have any of the ashtrays installed, but I have them. They're in the trunk. And and there went the gas light, yeah, because of the hill. So that works as well. Good to know, right? I almost forgot. You probably want to know. So the mirrors are also part of the memory settings, which is great. It might help if I actually selected it. And there we go. Up, down, and out. And we'll select the passenger side. And in, out, down, up, right? So prove those work. I think that's everything inside that you could possibly want to know about. So I'm going to put the air conditioning back on. And we'll do a walk around the car. Alright, remote trunk release, that was a big deal back in the day. So here's the driver's seat. See, it's in good condition. It's got a little bit of wear on the bolsters, but for the mileage, there's no rips, tears, anything like that. Go to the back door, which I did not unlock. So leave that in so you know that it's not two-stage. There's one little mark here. I blame my daughter. Like I said, I have the ashtrays here if you really want them. I took them out because the kids kept putting trash in them when they weren't leaving the seatbelts tangled. So, back seat, everything's in good condition here. The headrests, oops, they go up, down. But you don't see much anymore. Usually you see these as fixed. This is a really comfortable back seat. And apparently I don't know how to do it. There we go. It's hard to do one-handed. So anyway, so the headrest goes up and down. So you can resize that. It does have the latches, cup holders. We have all the mats. I didn't do any exceptional cleaning back here. It's just kind of the way the car normally is. Seat folds down flat. Huge trunk. I'll show you what's in there next. Okay, so here's the whole car. I'm trying to beat a thunderstorm here. It's got the usual stone chips like you would expect a car this age to have. Most of them have been touched up, so they're not actively rusting. There's, you know, a couple little scrapes, odd door ding here and there. This is probably the biggest mark on it. It's just like a little, somebody whacked it with the door, but it's not too horrible, I don't think. Like I said, the bumper and the tail, yeah, the trunk is newish. And they're paving my street, so this is like the worst time I could possibly be doing any of this stuff. Here's the whole car again. I know you want to know about rust. There's a little tiny bit there. Chrome wheels, again, that they would clean up. I just haven't done it. This side is pretty good overall. Maybe a very slight rub right above the Chrysler. I don't even know if you can see it. No. I'm trying to show you what's there. A little bit of a rub, not too much. Probably buff out. And then there's the nose of the car. There. There's that. Again, just a few little stone chips across the front. There's a little bit of something on the hood that needs to be buffed out. If you really are into that kind of thing, I'm not. There you go. Oh, and there's one other little place with rust, which is right that little edge of the driver's door. But it doesn't go inside at all, it's just on the door. So there you go. Oh, I was going to show you the stuff in the trunk, and I never did it. Let's do that. So again, I just want to point out, this is a really nice place to be on a long road trip. This is a really comfortable car. Okay. Trunk. 600. Still like the badge. In the trunk. I do have one Michelin tire, which is, I find the wear bars. There's the wear bars. So it's actually good. If you want to mount that up, you can. There's some extra parts in there. There's the front plate holder, gas cap, because I did replace the gas cap. There's brake pads, and then the ashtrays, and whatever other miscellaneous is there. I probably can't get this off. Oh, I do have the cover. I undid this to show somebody. You know, this screws in there like that, but I already took it off. There's another chrome wheel in here. This is just to show you that it's dirty, but it'll clean right up. Just a little bit of elbow grease. This tire also has lots of tread on it. You can see that. I can't see where the wear bars are, but maybe you can. These are both Michelin Pilots, so you could actually, between the two of these, you could probably have a match set. Alright, put that back on. Alright, I'll do that later. They have a huge trunk, as you can see, which I just ridiculous. Alright, walk around. If you look up the bin, you'll see that it had a little bump in the back. This is the new bumper cover. That was the only thing. Actually, no, they did the bumper cover, and I think they did the deck lid. I have the records on that, but there wasn't anything structural, it was just cosmetic. And so that's the back of the car. And, alright, I did not clean up the engine, so you're seeing it as it normally is. What can I tell you? Batteries, a year old. Radiator was done about 3 years ago. Head gaskets were done, geez, I want to say 6 years ago. And everything else is pretty much as is. So this is the normal patina of the engine. Like I said, I didn't clean it up at all for you, but you should be able to figure out what you need to figure out from there. Like I said, run strong. Try and, ooh, this is very hot. Try and do this without making a mess of my clothes. It's starting to rain, I think. So there's oil. Looks good, I think. Oh, it's really hot. What else can I show you here? Transmission fluid, you're probably interested in. So, pull that out. And you can see that. It's pinky. And let's see. Everything else is really hot, so anyway, there you go. There's the engine. Alright, here's me in the thunderstorm that's trying to come in. I'm going to try and give you a look underneath the car because I know everybody's curious. Pretty clean overall. That's around to the front tire. Well, this is all plastic under here, so there's nothing to see there except I'm getting the reflection of the bumper. And then we're back into this tire. Now this is the driver's side, underneath the driver's side door. Oh, I really do that. There we go. Alright. Exhaust is good. Okay, and I'm going to turn this back around. All right, here's the VIN in case you want to look it up. You're welcome to look it up. There you go.